I have an Insignia Instant Pot. You don't need an Insignia Instant Pot to make this cheesecake. You'll need a spring-form pan. Has a little spring here. We'll release the cake at the end. But it's 7 1/4 inches inside measurements. That's what this one is, and it makes the perfect cheesecake. And what you do is you put parchment paper on the bottom piece, then you put this clamp around it and clamp it so it's secure. Use whatever kind you like. I use an electric chopper to chop them. You have to chop up a whole sleeve of graham crackers. There's 9 layers in the graham crackers I have. Then grind them up in your electric chopper or with a rolling pin, whatever you have. Half a stick of melted butter and 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. And then you'll use your whisk and bring that together. You mix this until it's like wet sand. Then you get your pan and place your crumbs inside of here. Then we'll smooth that out a little bit. Then you want to get a tumbler, something flat on the bottom, and just push it down. Pack all that in real good. So this is going to be a good crust. So you want to pack this tight. What we do now is place in the freezer while we mix the rest of the cake. This is good Philadelphia cream cheese, and you need 2 of those. There's 2 of them. And what you do is put them in the microwave, if you have a microwave, for 30 seconds on a microwave plate, so this plate isn't hot. Just softens them up just right for this dish. If you don't have a microwave, just let them sit out just a little bit, and then you'll be ready to go. Add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla. You can use imitation stuff, but it's usually pretty good, or you can even add more if you want, but this is pure vanilla. We're going to put 2/3 of a cup of white sugar right there. And to that, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Throw that in there. And now a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Good sour cream. You can turn this thing up and beat this till everything comes together real smooth. Okay, that's pretty smooth. So now we want to beat up 2 eggs and add to that. And then we'll mix it all together. Then that will be our ingredients for the cake. Okay, I took the lid off. I'm just gonna finish it up down in here. So now we get our crust out of the freezer and we pour this into the crust. On top of the crust, not into the crust, on top of it. So I have it all in. Now just poke the air out of it and work it towards the sides so it gets nice and even. Then what you do is bounce this a couple times. See that air come out of there? That'll pop the air out. I decided to bring the Instant Pot over here. So we'll plug this bad boy in. Okay. Like I said, this is an Insignia Instant Pot. Make sure it's an Instant Pot. It doesn't have to be Insignia. Now we have to add 1 cup of water into the Instant Pot. See, there's this. You gotta put this in. Make sure you have this in. I bought this trivet to drop the cake in, get it out later, so you don't burn your fingers because it will get very hot over here. So this measures it 7 3/4 inches, mine. Now it depends what size you're using. So, and what size spring pan you're using. So I'll place my cheesecake right on the trivet and we'll drop it on down in easily. Just like that. There's a vent right here and this turns. This is the seal, and that's what we're doing. Then later on, you'll vent. You have to be very careful when you vent because that steam will burn you. I mean, it'll come out there hot. But I have it on sealed, and it's locked in place. This cake button, I don't know where your button is on your Instant Pot, but you have to have an Instant Pot. You just can't put it in anything. Make sure it's an Instant Pot. It doesn't have to be the insignia brand name like I said. But I click the cake button, and now it's just heating up, and then it'll go into, I think it's 14 minutes for a cake, and it'll do all the work, and it'll be good and tasty. So it's finished. Now we're going to wait until this button goes down on its own. There's pressure in there. That's the pressure release button. And it's up, meaning there's pressure in there pushing the pressure release button upward. So we'll wait till it goes totally down before we release the lid. And then we'll be very careful. Now we can turn it. Take the lid off. And there's our cake so far. Now what we need to do, see all that water on top? Take a paper towel and just suck up all that water. So now what we do is carefully, with protective gloves, carefully remove the cake from the Instant Pot. And we'll place it in the freezer for at least 10 minutes. The topping consists of 2 tablespoons of white sugar, we have that right here, and a ½ cup sour cream. And then while it's in the freezer, our cake, we'll just mix this together well. Our cake is about ready to come out of the freezer, then we're gonna put the topping on. See, you were wondering what was gonna happen with those little valleys in the cake, weren't you? Have no fear, Scott is here. Yeah. If you're watching this short video now, you're not going to get the whole recipe, so you have to watch the long. It may kill some of you young folks that don't have that attention span, but you have to watch the long one. So here's our cheesecake. We're going to put it in the refrigerator. You should leave it in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. It's good, but 8 hours is better. But we're going to leave it overnight, which is even best. Linda, go ahead and try this cheesecake.
I can't wait.
What?
Whoa, here we go.
Oh.
That's so good.
Did you hear that crowd?
Oh my God. Hear him in the background.
What'd they do?